Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Jojo Palacio, and on this channel we talk about all things beauty, everything related to beauty. And today we are doing another one of my what foundations wears well under a mask video. This is a drugstore edition. I know that last time you guys really appreciated me talking about the Smashbox foundation, but that is a higher end price point for foundations. And so for my students or those of you out there that want something, an alternative that's a little more inexpensive, I decided to do a drugstore version of that video. So we are doing all drugstore besides the eyeshadow palette. I just realized that I did not use a drugstore eyeshadow palette, but you'll understand why I used it and why it like triggered nostalgia, because it's a pretty important palette. So like I said, this video is going to be focused on a foundation concealer routine that's going to wear really well underneath of a mask. I've tested it, I've tried it, I like it, and it's drugstore, so that's even better for you guys. If you want to continue to watch this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. We have goals to get to 1,000 subscribers by 2021, and the way that we do that is by you guys commenting, sharing, subscribing, and really just helping YouTube know that this is the type of content that you want to see. So if you want to see a little more behind the scenes, you can also follow me on Instagram. It's Jojo_Palacio, where we talk about even more things beauty and just have some fun. So let's get into this tutorial, guys, and let's do this fall simple drugstore mask surviving look. All right, so we're gonna get started on another mask proof makeup look, except this time we're talking about a drugstore foundation that I really like. Drugstore products in general, so for those of you guys that are in school or that maybe are just working part-time and want something affordable, this is going to be the look for you. So let's prep the skin. We are going to start off by using these guys to prep the skin. So they're both L'Oreal. One is the matte lock and the other one is the Lumi. The matte lock is going to be for the midsection. I love this to help lock in any type of oil, help my pore appearance. It minimizes movement, which I love. And then the Lumi just kind of helps helps hide the dryness that's going around in these areas. So let's put it here and up here. So this is the drugstore that we're using, drugstore foundation we're using today. So this is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I have it in the shade Buff. However, this is pre-tan and I feel like it's going to be way too light for me. But I'm going to take a couple of pumps on the back of my hand and using a buffing brush. This is the JH03 by Morphe. I'm going to just work that into the skin. I like the coverage of this foundation. I like the staying power. But as you guys know, I don't really like a matte finish the full way. I like something that's going to be demi matte, soft matte. What I like about this foundation is that it is buildable coverage. So even if you're someone who likes a full coverage, I wouldn't say this is full coverage. This is like a medium coverage. You can build it to a full. Guys, my hair is a whole situation today. And I want you guys to know that I know that. However, I washed it in full hopes of being able to like straighten it and get it cute. And it is pouring outside. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put it through that heat for no reason. So, to be determined. So once we've got our base on, the next thing we're going to do is move on quickly to contouring, bronzing, and I'm going to use the Wet n Wild stick in Call Me Maple. I love this as a contouring stick. It's one of the few contouring sticks I actually like. Otherwise, I use stick foundations. So I'm going to take this very generously and apply it on the forehead, on the cheeks, and I am actually going to slide it down the chin. So you should always apply an E or a 3, just because I want to make sure that I even out the foundation. It's a little light for me. And I want to match my décolleté, body, arm area. The way that I do that is not by picking a darker foundation. I actually rely heavily on a good bronzing contouring routine. That way I can stay with the same foundation throughout the year. I think a lot of clients come in and they want to go darker because it's summer. And you can do that if you can afford it. But if you can't afford it, then just remember that you can always darken up your foundation with a good bronzer. I love it. Look at how radiant and glowy that skin is, even underneath of this foundation. And it is a full coverage foundation, but you can still see the glow. That's good skincare, people. Good skincare. And if you're looking for a good skincare regimen, do not forget to check out Jojo Beauty Consulting on Facebook or even Instagram and have a chat with me, and we'll talk about your skin, and I can get you hooked up with a good skincare regimen by my own brand. Check that out. So we are gonna go into concealing now, and the concealer is gonna be this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer. Super good concealers. I use it in 2 shades. The first is natural, and then I go into vanilla. So natural is gonna be my concealing shade for any under eye circles, color correcting for redness. So I put it anywhere where I have redness or blemishes or anything that I want to cover up. I put this guy. I love this. This is a really good drugstore concealer. It is very, very good coverage. I don't want to say full coverage, but it is very good coverage. And then we're going to go into the highlighting shade for this. This is the vanilla in the same concealer, but we're going to put this in the larger triangle, which for me is right out here, so it looks highlighted. Center of the nose. I'm going to put a little here, and this is just going to help highlight, brighten underneath of that area so that the area looks lifted. I love this technique because it helps to brighten without overwhelming the under eye area, and it lifts. Like, look at this cheekbone in comparison to this one. And then I like to take my Hank and Henry sponge and just kind of go over everything, push it all together. Love it. Look at that. Love it. So we are going to set with a little bit of powder right now. I just want to make sure that everything stays in place. So the powder that we're going to use is the Jojo powder combination. If you're not familiar with this, I did not make this. This is not my own. This is Maybelline Fit Me in 2 shades. They're light and they're fair. And then it is also the RCMA translucent powder mixed into a MAC container because I didn't have anything else. I just love that combination of powders for under eye area all over the face because it just is nice and thin and broken down. I'll actually work it onto the sponge so that it breaks it up even further before I go into my under eye or into my skin, and then I push it into the skin. I don't just leave it there. Pushing it into the skin really helps to work it into the skin, making sure that you're not setting creases or fine lines, but that you are actually pushing it in there, working it in there, making sure that it gets absorbed. Sorry guys, we're gonna start working on eyes, so I zoomed you in a little bit. A little secret that I like to share with you guys is that I will use a shade lighter than what my actual shade is. So this is chocolate. I could probably go with dark brown because it just looks natural when you're building up a lot of these products when the shade is a little lighter. So that's a little tip I like to give my clients. All right guys, so brows are on and done. Let's move on to eyelids. For the eyelids, we're gonna prep them using some concealer. I'm not gonna use additional products on my vanity. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm so tired. So what it is what it is. And I'm just gonna work the concealer with my finger into the eyelid. I just like to make sure that the warmth of my finger really just works that in, spreads it out evenly. Guys, today we're taking it back. We're taking it back. Like, this is the first palette that I got when I worked at Sephora. It's this guy right here. This is a Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. The first palette. Like, when I tell you this was in my gratis bin and I was so happy. This is the first palette that I got, and I actually have a pumpkin spice palette that's coming out for the season that I'm like contemplating. So we're gonna start off with this palette. I actually want to go into, I'm gonna do Peaches and Cream in Georgia, just kind of like in the crease area, lid area, to like set it and prep it for what we're gonna do, because I'm doing like a purpley fall look, but I want this in the background. So I'm going to take that using a T59 brush. When I tell you this shadow is like 4 or 5 years old, this palette, and it still smells phenomenal. Like, I can't believe it. So I'm going to just work that in with a nice fluffy crease brush. If you don't have this brush, this is by the Makeup Shack. I'm obsessed with this brush. It is so good for, like, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. So that's always good when you purchase a brush. So we're just gonna work that into the crease area. All right, so it's very hard to pick this up on the screen, but it is a very nice, light background crease color. But we're gonna go into the actual crease color, which is this guy here. It's called Charmed, I'm sure. So we're gonna do a pretty fall-y inspired look, but something very simple for you guys because I know how much you love simple eye looks. So I'm gonna take that on the same brush. Again, this is the Makeup Shack T59. And so this time, try to keep it a little lower than we did the other two shades and just work it in the same motions. But this, perfect. So we're gonna actually take the primary colors, which yeah, let's do that one first. We're gonna do Delectable? Yeah, Delectable, which is this guy right here. And then I'm gonna actually top it with Peach Pit because I can, basically. So I'm gonna take that guy. What do I wanna take it in? I wanna take it in like a fluffier brush for the matte. Let's do this. It's like a matte, in between matte and shimmery purple, but I'm gonna take that on the lid first. Just kind of like a base. And so we're gonna stop for a minute, take our first brush and just kind of blend everything down a little because we don't want defined marks or lines. We want everything to just kind of flow together, very smoky, very... Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is take Peach Pit with my finger and we're just gonna apply that right over Delectable because it'll give it this like chrome shimmery finish so it's not so matte and so flat. I like it. We're actually gonna go right into the lower lash line with Delectable and then a little bit of Charmed Unsure on the same brush. So what I'm going to do is put on a little bit of mascara. I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara. Because I'm doing liner, I'm just going to go with the curl and length side. Or because I'm doing lashes. Alright guys, lashes are on. And as you can see, like the big difference that lashes make in a look, like it just took it to like a full glam moment. Just with a little bit of something, you know. Which is why I love lashes. So we are going to contour up before we dust off anything else. Actually, no. Let's finish the lower lash line. So for the lower lash line, I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara. Situation. So we're going to take the NYX Cosmetics Highlight and Contour Palette and we're just going to re-emphasize some of the stuff that might have gotten lost with the powder. But before we go into that, let's just set everything and dust it off. I said I wasn't going to, but then I'm going to. So we're going to use this guy right here. This is the NYX Cosmetics, what is it called? No Filter Powder. And I love this on a nice big fluffy brush. So we're going to take this and just dust it off. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is actually go into this palette that I've said I'm going to go into 3 times now and haven't. And we're just going to take a mix of the shades to just get the perfect contour bronzy shade to look weird. And so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my angled brush and I'm going to do the same thing, the same combination of colors. And I'm going to sweep that in from the inner corner down the bridge of the nose to just kind of connect everything. In the spirit of keeping it drugstore, we're going to do one of the best highlights ever, regardless, is this guy right here by Wet n Wild. It is their Mega Glow highlight in the shade Precious Petals. So good. So good. So I'm actually going to take that with the JH09, build it up on the brush, and then we're just going to directly, look at that. For blush, I'm going to whip this guy out, which is the BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali. I don't have any other drugstore blushes. I should probably look into that. And I'm going to take, what am I going to take? I'm probably going to take Lychee, which is like a pinky shade, and just kind of throw that on the cheeks, just to give it a little color. Yeah, that was pretty. I think I'm almost out of this. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and I'm pretty sure I'm almost out, but we're gonna use this to set. Thank God we had enough for this drugstore look. And I still have to decide whether I want to. I'm probably not going to. No. Alright guys, so this is the finished look today. I paired it with 2 drugstore products. Yay! We stuck to the drugstore. Thank you, Jesus. Alright, so we did the NYX Suede Lip Liner in Los Angeles, and then I topped it off with this really pretty berry lipstick by Sephora. It is here somewhere. The number M03. It's her Sephora Rouge Matte Lip, and I really like it. It's a stick. It's very comfortable. We did it. I had to stick to the purple theme, guys, because I'm wearing this shirt that, first of all, yes, girl, absolutely, just God, period. I hope that you guys liked this really quick, simple drugstore look. It was really focused on, again, foundations that wear really well with masks. I know that you guys are loving those videos and want to know just genuinely what foundations work and don't work. I've been at Sephora, and that's really what clients want to know. Like, how do you get that to stay like that underneath of a mask? And so these are the foundations that I've been using. I hope that you guys like that. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. And if you have not already, subscribe to my channel. We have a goal on this channel to get to 1,000 subscribers by 2021. And we're gonna do that thanks to you guys. So subscribe, share, comment, and tell your friends about us so that we can get to 1,000 subscribers. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday of the week. That's 3 videos a week where you and I get to interact and have some fun, learn some things. And also look me up on Instagram. It's Jojo Palacio, where we talk about all things beauty. So I will see you guys next time. Love you, bless you,